Hey guys, once again, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for asking me questions. Thank you for tagging on Twitter. Thank you for coming in chat and asking anything pertaining any videos that I've made. This video right here is going to be the Energy Scout Rifle suggestions. Once again, it is because scout rifles, pulse rifles, and bows are going to be implemented into the new artifact in the Season of Dawn. In this video, I will be going over the precision frames, the high impacts, and the lightweight scout rifles. And in it, I will also do my best to basically break down why you're going for certain perks. But as you can see, or mostly over most of the scout rifles that I will suggest, we have explosive payload be a thing. And the reason why explosive payload is going to be a thing is because it adds 8% extra damage to your scout rifle. But not only that, it does spread damage in a bunch of places, and explosive payload with anti-barrier work very well together, and it's something that a lot of people are going to be using next season, or maybe I'm just going to be using, but I'll do my best to just try to go through each weapon as fast as possible. And remember, if you guys get a good roll or something like that, definitely add me on Twitter, or come by the channel, say hello. And yeah, let's do this. All right, so here we go, guys. Once again, energy scout rifles are going to be another thing, because I truly believe that Izanagi is still going to be meta. It's going to be something that you're going to be using a lot more in the kinetic slot, especially if you're going into endgame content. So the first scout that we're going to be using, I just want to show the difference in between something that has explosive payload and something that doesn't. All right, so I'm going to use the transfiguration right now. As you can see, the initial damage is 2164, and then I'm going to switch to a transfiguration that has explosive payload on it. And since we are in the tribute hall, I made sure that they were both the same light level, so then the numbers didn't vary. So they're both 960, so you can see this exact number. Now, the second one is going to do two different things here. The initial damage is 1543, and as you can see, the extra was 803. And if you add those numbers together, it becomes 2346. And that is 8% more damage than a transfig that does not have explosive payload. What I'm also going to do here, and just show another clip of like a kinetic scout rifle. I'm going to use a Night Watch, one that has it and one that doesn't. And you'll see that the Night Watch is going to hit for 1710. And if I go to the one that has explosive on it, it's going to hit for 1220 and 634, which becomes 1854, and that is another 8% plus damage. The reason why I want to show you this is because I want to show you consistency. It is not just like me just saying it because it's just like, oh, I just came up with this number because it only came from one thing. I want to show you that this is the thing. Now, the first energy weapon that I want to talk about is this in relation. It comes from Gambit. You can also do the Gambit Ada frame, where you can kind of get the role that I have there, where you can kind of switch out the third trait. I feel like getting one with Alon and explosive payload would be pretty neat. But if you end up getting maybe even a fully auto with explosive payload, we're kind of bringing almost into like a high impact auto rifle kind of thing going on there. But here's the thing too, though. If you do get fully auto on the scout rifle, you kind of want to pay attention to your ammo economy, because it will you'll probably lose ammo quick. So just do your best to pay attention to that. I also preview out the gun. I feel like our explosive is pretty neat. You can kind of clear out a room, and these are going to work well with anti-barrier, the anti-barrier mod. That's another reason why you kind of want to leave your slot open, your mod slot. Next gun is called the No Feelings. It comes from the Scourge of the Past raid. You could do the Sparrow checkpoint to get that chest, but I truly believe if you've done this raid a few times, you probably have one just sitting in the vault. The one that I have right now is just a fully auto with box breathing. That is good in PvP, but in PvE, you kind of want to go for the same thing that I just had before on the previous gun. I do like steady rounds. I do like outlaw and explosive on it. If you get fully an explosive, there's still a good weapon. The handling is pretty neat. all the black armory weapons have great sights, especially ones that you could highlight enemies. This gun works well from long ranges and close ranges. It feels really well. It's pretty smooth. The sight that I have here, I believe, is a medium zoom, so you can kind of get up close. There's also sights where you can get out and just shoot further down. This next gun that I'm going to get into is Oxygen, and if you have previously have gotten it from the Vanguard, it's definitely something to look into. I feel like Bungie needs to go back and rework the you know, I guess the perk, the Mega Newer perk. I like it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. The reason why that perk will work better is because of the mod, the Dragonfly mod, and currently right now I just don't see it being too crazy. But I do know there's people out there that love to see explosions and stuff like that. And, you know, this gun is curated so it only comes with what's on it. It's definitely a nice Omlon weapon. Precision frame scouts are pretty neat. And if this is something that you've been holding in the vault that you've been wanting to try out, sure. Or if you don't happen to get like the distant relation, then yeah, go for this. Because if you have it, why not use it? All right. Next gun I'm going to be going into is going to be an aggressive, like a high impact scout rifle. This gun can have a lot of potential. It is called the CALUSEA Noblesse. It comes from the Crown of Sorrow raid. The reason why I like this gun a lot is because you can actually get disruption break on this guy. You can get disruption break and dragonfly. And the pretty neat thing about that is that disruption break, as soon as you break a shield on a knight, you get to do 30% extra damage with your kinetic. And if you're running Izanagi, you're basically good to go. And I believe this is the only scout that can probably get it. I am not sure about the Scourge scout rifle. I don't know that many people with it, but if you can get your hands on one of these guys with even flare magball or like the steady rounds, and you get that disruption break with dragonfly or rampage, you are going to be in a good place, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pretty nice scout. It is a high impact. It is void. It hits like a truck, and it is from the Crown of Sorrow raid. Some of you probably already have something like this just sitting in the vault waiting for it to get going. All right. The next one is going to be an arc high impact scout. It's called the Cut and Run. You probably got it a few times. It came into the game during the Forsaken expansion. It is a pretty neat weapon, in my opinion. It is not something that everyone's going to like. You gotta have a feel for it. I don't mind using it. You can get armor piercing or high cal, which is why I'm recommending this guy as well. With Outlaw and Dragonfly or Outlaw and Rampage, I do like that it has armor piercing on it. That's gonna work well with anti-barrier, and you can kind of put this guy. I mean, we're getting Cabal next season. There's going to be a bunch of Arc and Soul Shield, and this might be the next thing for Arc. All right, and like I said, when it comes to high impacts, you can kind of have some distance. So with these guys, if we go on an activity that's a little bit too high, or you know the enemies hit a little bit hard, you can kind of distance yourself. Or if you're trying to hit an unstoppable incendiary and you need that space, this could be a good thing to use here. All right. Next one is probably the one that took me a bit to kind of hunt down. It is the Vouchsafe. It is from the Dreaming City. I did each legendary bounty on the Dreaming City each day, and this is the closest thing that I got. I was trying to go for a fully auto explosive payload one, but I still got one to show you guys. This one has full bore and flare magwell on it with Fermi planted and Outlaw. This gun is, I believe, the only lightweight void scout in the game currently. It is pretty fun. I do like it. If you happen to get your hands on one, let me know what you think about it. I personally would like the, you know, just having steady rounds, fully auto, and explosive payload on it. Once again, let's have fun in Season of Dawn. If you guys do end up getting some of these, please make sure you tag me on Twitter, come and chat, ask me about the roles. I would love to see them. Let me know how it performs. Let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right. And that's it, man. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for liking my content. And thank you for pushing me to be a better content creator. And I'll see you guys in the next one.